What if the news could unite us across our differences? And what's really going on in the halls of power, regardless of who's elected in office? Welcome to the Want to Know Weekly Newsletter, where we save you time by summarizing important news articles buried by the mainstream, revealing both the darker forces shaping society and the best of human goodness, creativity, and collective power. Here are a few excerpts of this week's curated news collection. No matter who we elect this cycle, we're up against forces that run much deeper than the personalities installed in our political offices. Corporate power has permeated every level of government, with agencies meant to protect us now captured by the very industries they're supposed to regulate. Nowhere is this more evident or alarming than in the food industry, where corporate greed compromises children's health at every turn. Rule number one in a healthy society: you don't poison the kids. Nearly 10 years ago, Kellogg's, the maker of household cereal items like Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks, pledged to remove artificial dyes from its breakfast cereals by 2018. Red dye number 40, yellow dye number 5, and blue dye number 1 are just some of the dyes in these cereals and many other foods that our children eat. And it's tied to a wide range of serious health impacts, including neurobehavioral problems, attention issues, DNA damage, allergies, chronic digestive issues, cancer, and more. I used to run a wellness center at a high school, and for years I worked within special education in the public school systems in the Bay Area, California. And let me tell you, these health issues are rampant amongst our youth, and I saw it personally. Recently, hundreds of people gathered outside of Kellogg headquarters to demand the company keep its promise to remove these harmful additives. After all, Kellogg's already has done this in other countries like Canada and the UK, where these chemicals are banned. And instead of using chemicals to color the food in those countries, they use beet juice and spirulina, a mineral and vitamin-rich algae often considered a superfood. Sure, the colors might look a little less neon, but let's be real. If we made those natural ingredients sound delicious, kids would be all over them. Maybe the ones losing sleep over these colors are the marketing teams, not the kids. A former FDA food safety expert calls Kellogg's Fruit Loops, quote, the most harmful cereal on the US market, citing its high levels of sugar, artificial dyes, and preservatives linked to serious health concerns. Notably, he warns that Red 40, a synthetic dye used for the cereal's bright color, may damage the digestive tract, potentially triggering conditions like IBS and Crohn's disease. While U.S. obesity rates soar, in which 1 in 6 youth ages 10 to 17 have obesity, while close to 30% of our children are pre-diabetic, global food companies are seeking to cash in on the anti-diet and intuitive eating movement by pushing sugar-laden products as, quote, guilt-free choices, and flooding social media with sponsored dietitians who promote catchy hashtags like derail the shame, no bad foods, food freedom, and ditch the diet. To make matters worse, some of these major food companies have also enlisted a team of lobbyists to push back against federal policies that would require clearer health information on food labels. I'm all for intuitive eating and developing a healthy relationship with our eating habits, but these values are being co-opted as mere marketing strategies to keep people in the dark about the harmful ingredients in their products. Meanwhile, billions of pounds of synthetic pesticides are sprayed on U.S. farmland annually, contaminating our foods with harsh and invisible chemicals linked to serious health issues like cancer, Parkinson's disease, and Alzheimer's. The Monsanto papers revealed a coordinated effort to manipulate scientific research, influence regulatory agencies, and discredit journalists, scientists, and doctors and other critics regarding the safety of glyphosate and its links to cancer. Now, industry forces continue to weaponize the government against activists and even United Nations experts who dare to speak out about the dangers of pesticides and genetically modified crops. A secret network partly funded by our taxpayer dollars maintains detailed profiles of over 500 environmental advocates, scientists, and politicians, from gathering names of family members, phone numbers, home addresses, and even house values. This private social network has more than 1,000 members, including USDA officials, high-profile policymakers, influential lobbyists, and agrochemical executives, all working to silence dissent and protect the interests of the pesticide industry. Well, the news isn't all doom and gloom, and it never is. While mainstream dialogue in the US is arguing over whether pesticides are harmful or not, or whether organic farming is effective, Sikkim, an Indian state, has phased out pesticides entirely. In 2016, Sikkim went 100% organic and earned the UN's prestigious Future Policy Gold Award. Since then, studies suggest that bee populations have been rebounding, and wellness tourism has increased by 25%. Many of these children grow up eating chemical-free local vegetables. As the former chief minister Pawan Chamling once said, "We have not inherited this earth from our forefather, but have borrowed it from our future generations. It is our duty to protect it by living in complete harmony with nature and the environment." We've also summarized news articles in the past about how French farmers are paid to go organic because it's helping clean up the waterways and boost local economies. In New Mexico's high desert, Taos is rocking the future with earthships, sustainable net zero homes built largely from natural and recycled materials like tires and bottles. These uniquely designed structures use earthen berms for natural insulation, remaining around 72 degrees Fahrenheit year-round, regardless of outside temperatures. Earthship construction uses fewer toxic and carbon-heavy materials like concrete and plastic, and they don't rely on valuable natural resources. I had a chance to visit these Earthship homes in New Mexico recently, and they're so cool. Check out the news article summaries below for all the stories we covered this week. And remember, we can't shift the chaos we're in until we name it clearly. When we can recognize what's really pushing us in our personal lives and as a society, we already have a degree of freedom from it. Challenging information can paradoxically remind us of the greater good. It is the courage of the people and the love for the common good that bring these injustices to light, fueling open dialogue and constructive action. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share this work widely. We're all in this together.